Well, gosh darn it, Marvel might actually be finally taking things in the right direction. Again. I don't know if I should be excited for Avengers Doomsday or not, but thankfully they haven't messed up Spider-Man just yet. Because this isn't just a brand new day, it's a brand new experience.
Rebirth.
I had to take a day to think about this movie because I just walked out not knowing how to feel about it. On one hand, it's an entertaining movie with sequences we've been begging to see, and on the other, it's a weightless film that doesn't exactly deliver an emotionally satisfying arc for Peter Parker. Right off the bat, this movie is making it very clear that this is the start of a new trilogy. The lighting, the color grade, the cinematography, the writing, everything is separating itself from the previous trilogy, and I could not be happier. It does feel like we've grown with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and seeing him now as he is just feels right at home. It's like they took pieces from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1 and 2 and Andrew Garfield's TASM 2 and combined it all here to sell a brand new Spider-Man. Pun not intended. Let's just get this out of the way first. The suit! Oh my god! This shit looks so fucking good! I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. Tom Holland is just beefed the fuck up and looks goddamn good in this suit. There are just moments where I felt like I was watching a comic panel brought to life. There were even moments where I saw his eyes through the mask. I don't know if that was intentional, maybe it's a mistake, but I thought it was kind of cool. And with that, let's get on with the movie. We follow Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man, who's currently going through a web block, as Peter to refer to it as
existential crisis stuff.
He's completely on his own. No one remembers him. No one cares for him. He doesn't have a personal life with friends and family. He's just got Spider-Man, and man, does it suck. Life is just beating the shit out of him. I don't know if he has a job or not, or maybe he's getting paid as Spider-Man, but he's somehow paying for this palace of a suite in New York. But I'm not gonna make a big fuss out of that, because if we did get a rinse and repeat of Tobey's Spider-Man 2, y'all would be bitching about it. And I'm not interested in seeing Peter once again trying to manage life as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Guys, I am tired of this trope. Although this case is probably more of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Instead of losing his powers though, Peter is going through a mysterious physical and biological evolution that may or may not be good for him. His powers and body is changing, potentially undergoing mutation. He's gotta figure this shit out before someone gets hurt. But while all of this is happening, a new player joins the game, that being the character Sadie Sink portrays. And if anyone's been paying attention to all the fuss surrounding this character, this mysterious character that some may have already predicted, Sadie Sink is in search of something hidden in the Department of Damage Control led by William Metzger, portrayed by the wonderful Tremel Tillman. Nothing's gonna stand in her way to get what she wants, and if that means going through Spider-Man, she absolutely will. Can Spider-Man stop this new threat from achieving its goals? Will Peter be able to solve his mutation crisis? I guess that's for you to find out. Like I said in the beginning, everything feels completely different. It's like they took the color grade from TASM 2, slapped it on Spider-Man 2, and meshed everything into a MCU Spider-Man movie. The action just fucking slaps, especially with the inclusion of John Bernthal's Punisher, which is just poetic as fuck, because these two guys helped each other audition for their roles. The chemistry is there and it just flies straight off the screen. I couldn't help but love every interaction these two guys had, and boy was it a surprise seeing how these two very different personalities managed to have an emotional impact on each other. Obviously, production wise, this film is immaculate. Yeah, there were some green screen or heavy VFX scenes that didn't always look great, but it wasn't bad to the point of being distracting. Everything feels 100 times more grounded, like we were actually watching a street level hero deal with things that we wouldn't see Avengers bother with. kinda. It's all in the cinematography, baby. The city of New York feels like a character of its own that is alive and reacts to the actions of Spider-Man. It doesn't achieve the levels of realism that the Raimi trilogy did, and I'm glad that it doesn't try to. We've all seen the BTS photos of a stuntman swinging around, and I can safely say I didn't really notice much of a difference between the real swinging versus the CGI swinging, but we do get more Spider-Man swinging through New York, which was fucking awesome. The action design and fight choreography was handled by none other than the Jackie Chan stunt team. And if you've seen Shang-Chi, you know what you're gonna be getting yourself into, and you're not gonna be disappointed. Apparently, Jackie Chan even visited the set. Of course, beyond the spectacle of Spider-Man and Destin Daniel Cretton's style, we have a script that's trying really hard to be a Spider-Man movie and a MCU movie. There's the Sadie Sink plotline and the Peter Parker Spider-Man plotline, and while these two things could have potentially combined into an emotionally satisfying arc like Spider-Man 2, they do not. It's a bit unfair to compare them. I don't want to make myself seem like some Raimi dick rider. I'm just simply providing an example to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, because this movie's storyline is reminiscent of that film. Peter's struggle of being alone and dealing with the mutation is kind of sidelined for the majority of this movie, even though it's the emotional core, and then it's just suddenly wrapped up by the end. I know I said I didn't want to see another cliche of Peter struggling to balance his life as Spider-Man, but I think that's what this movie needed more of. I didn't really feel all that invested in Sadie Sink's character and her goals because a lot of it was formulaic and predictable and just didn't really grab me, even though the stuff she did was awesome. I don't know how to explain it. Something about Sadie Sink's character just wasn't working. The big reveal of who she is wasn't all that flabbergasting. I wish the movie was a bit longer and developed the storyline to be more emotionally satisfying, because the final confrontation has a lot of heart and definitely could have moved me more with Peter's and Sadie Sink's inner turmoil. With that being said, my favorite thing about this movie is that it didn't undo the spell from No Way Home, which I was worried about. I was worried that Marvel wasn't gonna stick the landing, but thankfully they did to some extent. This movie played with our feelings by using a trope we've seen a million times and then just throws it in the trash saying, nah, we ain't gonna do that. And I was fucking happy. My goodness, I was throwing up my fist in the theater saying, thank goodness. But I'ma be real with y'all. I kinda wish they stuck the landing even harder and left MJ and Ned out of this movie. I wish they committed to this idea so we could solely focus on the relationships between Peter, Sadie, and Frank. Think about this, okay? Peter lost everyone. Let us have one movie where the folks from the past stay in the past. Don't just quickly montage through this new chapter. Let us see and feel his struggles. We get a bit of that, but every time he resorts back to his desire to reconnect with MJ and Ned, it kind of threw me off. Not to spoil too much, but his loneliness is what connects him to Sadie Sink, which by the end could have developed into something more awesome. I'm not saying they have to be romantically involved. These are two people on opposite sides of the same spectrum. And if the film just had more focus on its storytelling, the ending would have been so much more emotionally impactful. Guys, Spider-Man Brand New Day is alright. It has some flaws. It may not satisfy all our needs for a Peter Parker story, but gosh darn it, does it deliver as a comic book movie that'll keep you entertained from beginning to end. With an unconventional friendship between Spider-Man and Punisher, a duo I didn't know I needed, and now I want more. And hopefully we get to see Daredevil in the next one. Alright, that's enough of me. I'll catch you guys next time.